objectives of museums and municipalities are different. Most of museums have as its single objective the preservation of a collection. And the municipality has necessarily a wider view. Of course, keeping the memories of the place and guaranteeing that citizens living in that municipality have a good understanding of the history of the place in which they live and how this history is explained by key agencies or entities like the museum, and this identity is projected to the future. This is one of the main responsibilities of a municipality. But the municipality has many other responsibilities: generating income, guaranteeing the environmental balance, challenges that are not necessarily heard or understood by the managers of the museums, say the old-fashioned type of directors of museums. It depends. Let me take the example of the Dalí Museum in Figueras. Figueras is a small municipality, medium-sized municipality, and the Dalí Museum is the magnet of Figueras. Everybody in the world that wishes to study and to know Salvador Dalí has to go to Figueras. The visitors of Figueras, the visitors of Dalí, condition very much the life in Figueras. The carrying capacity of the streets, the hotels, the restaurants. In this case, it is a museum, a private museum, which obliges the municipality to arrange a set of policies, some of them cultural policies, some of them urban planning, environmental, transportation, that this municipality would not put in place if the museum did not exist. Take the other example. A small museum, a collector's museum in Barcelona, the Frederic Marès Museum, with a wonderful collection of a man. He collected so many different issues. This museum is municipal, and this museum looks forward, the municipality of Barcelona, to give more visibility to the museum, because it already receives the city many tourists. There is an obvious interest by citizens in heritage, in museums. So what the museum expects from the municipality is help, visibility, expertise in marketing, in organization of events. So I have chosen these two extreme. In one case, it is the municipality that is forced by the museum to elaborate policies and to implement policies, non-cultural policies, and in the other case, it is a small museum that asks the municipality to help with more visibility, more capacity to be known by citizens and tourists. I don't think museums are explicitly working towards sustainable development. I think this word is not used. It is used by very few museums. And it is used by a tiny number of municipalities. Tiny number of municipalities. And an even smaller number of municipalities include cultural considerations in their sustainable development processes. So this is a building field. This is a field in which the cultural sector should invest resources to be well understood by the key decision makers to be recognized in the agendas that will shape the future of our societies. And I think the cultural sectors in Europe have not yet realized that the struggle is to convince these agendas, these decision makers, that culture is the key element for a sustainable society, for the sustainable development of a territory. In the last months, we have seen that the economic sectors were living a fiction, and the catastrophe of this financial followed by an economic crisis proved that it is very difficult for citizens to trust again the economic spheres. And you consider what is making you a person, a human being. You do not come to the GDP, or you do not come to your savings account. You come to what you have learned in your life, and this is, in a good proportion, the result of what you have learned with culture. What is your relation to heritage, the history, the history of your city, the history of your land, and how you explain this history in relation to the history of other places. First. Second, creativity, what you have done. What songs are you able to sing? If you are able to participate in a theater play, how you participate in rituals, not necessarily religious, but civic rituals. This makes you a human being. This contributes to your human development. Alright, but all these concepts, creativity, critical knowledge, beauty, heritage, these elements do not participate in the discussions. They are not considered by decision makers in the key discussions on the future of a society. The main contribution that the cultural sector can make to the future of our society is to bring these concepts to the places in which these agendas are discussed. So yes, of course the museums have a key role in sustainable development, but it is still unexplored and it is not yet well documented, it is not yet well explained, but the future is ours. The future is ours. Let's put it in this case. The future of sustainable development is cultural.